I'm Robert Roelink, from Holland.
From Holland,
Yeah,
from Dutch?
The Dutch.
Yeah, and you're an artist?
Yes, yeah.
Okay,
I
Robert.
make inflatables, sculptures, paintings also, all of plastic.
Okay. And Robert, what do you think about our world, the problems of our world today?
This moment it's a curve of the time is going fast, and also the problems are going worse and worse, because all the technique we use not in a good way for our
For
surrounding, our living,
Yeah.
our nature.
It's a technique?
I think, for example, a factory to make all the things that should make us happy. We have to ask ourselves, do we need all that stuff?
That's true.
Yeah.
That's absolutely true. Do we need all the stuff that the factories or the industry does suggest us to be happy? That's the point.
Yeah.
We don't need the most of them, I think.
Yeah, it is. And
for example, we are sitting in a car. In former times, there was not so many electrics in a car, but it was drive from one place to the other place. But today, you have a lot of features.
Yeah. My brother has the new Jaguar, the electric one, and it's all electric, the engine, and that's a good thing. But everything around is also electric. So when he will open his car, the handvaten is also automatically open.
I see.
And
but
why?
Yeah, on the other side, that's true. Why? It's your. Do you think we can go to a better future with more technique? It helps of maybe in the work, in the factory. The manpower is not necessary tomorrow because we have some robot.
I think in the future that's possible. That we have all our own helpful robot to cook. So our 2 arms and making our dinner ready. And it's the dinner that we programmed, make it like this.
Yeah.
And then that's a possibility. But also, on the other hand, do we need that? Because when we make our own food, you have maybe more love in it, or more. You have to think by yourself.
More soul also.
Yeah.
But I come to the car back. I come back to the car. We have no driver in the moment. Okay. If we have a modern car, we don't need a driver because we can talk in the car. The car is driving without any people, any chauffeur. Maybe it's fantastic.
It could be. For some people, I like driving by myself very much. I like traveling. I'm a nomad, so I like traveling by myself. And I like to drive by myself, to have the control of what I'm, where I am, and what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And but okay. On the other hand, some people like to only like watching and not driving, or. But it depends on the person. Yes. Yeah. And.
Okay. Let's talk about work. A lot of people have to work to buy new things. That's the point.
Yeah.
If the people don't have to work in the future, or maybe 4 hours in a week, to get their meal and the heating and what they need, it would be fantastic, or not?
I think it is. Yes. Because you are really have to think by yourself what you want to do, and you have the flexibility of thinking what you want to do, and you have more time to think what you have to do, and I think you are more relaxed to do what you want to do from your heart. And I think it's I hope everybody is ready for that moment.
You don't think so?
I hope. I don't know. Sometimes I have a conversation with another person, and sometimes I think some people are not at this moment because they are.
Most people maybe are not. I don't know.
Maybe my group is the art scene, so and the most of them, they think, oh yes, because they already lived out of the hearts and do what they want to do. And when I talk to my parents or my brother, that's the other thing. And even my brother does what he loves to do. He's a surgeon.
But when in the beginning you said it's very terrible that we have so much development in the electronic. On the other side, you told me it would be good if the people don't have to work and can to think about their life and decide what they want to do and so on. It crashes a little.
Of course, that's life. it's of course it's conflict with each other, all the things, but that's life and that's good. And we have to help the other people that are maybe not ready for it.
How?
We have to talk with them, and we have to. Sometimes they are not creative enough, so we have to help them to rethink their own things. And give them the skills to do other things or follow their hearts.
But that's maybe the point. If we have a development to the electrics and more innovations on the one side, and on the other side, this I don't know the English word for the people to bring their own points. You understand?
Yeah.
That would be good.
I think it is.
That could be a balance.
And also, I think when we have all to work 4 hours a day in a factory or something else, I don't know, and the other time you could do a study. It's very important to rethink your skills and do.
Yeah, that's true. But the most people are sitting in front of the TV. It's free time, or not? They don't think.
Maybe it's true. Yes. But I think when we help the people doing other things like watching TV. So make yourself important for your own community, to get the people out the home, out of the TV, the television setting, and do something with your community around you. Start a little garden or help an older people.
But it's so easy, just you are to relax in front of the TV, for example. For many people. Yeah,
but I think it's for a few weeks or a few months, and then it's done. I'm bored watching TV so much. I think you don't.
Yeah, that's true. Me too. Yeah. But we have a lot of TV programs.
Yeah.
Too much. People are looking.
Like
so on the other, there's another point. You told me that you are a nomad.
Yeah, I am.
Tell me about why and what are you doing and how you live.
Why I'm a nomad living in a mobile home because
You have no flat.
No, not at
Yeah.
all. I have a studio to make my work and to put all stuff in when it's done for an exhibition like this. And I like to, I like to travel also, but at this moment I'm really flexible. At this moment I can stay 5 weeks in Ebersberg, and when I have not a mobile home, it's not really possible. I can't rent a hotel so long. To be flexible, it's very important.
But how
for
is
me.
life in a mobile home?
It's
like
a
something
tiny
like-
house.
it's a tiny
on wheels.
house, I want to ask you,
Yeah,
yeah.
And the rent is
Is
low
this
because I paid it off. So
yeah. Is this the future? Tiny houses?
for a lot of young people, I think, and not only young, but because the market is this moment. I looked also in Ebersberg.
horrible,
It's
yeah.
very high
Yeah.
to rent or to buy a
I
house.
know.
It's out of reach. The market.
Okay, let we talk about electrics and developments on the market and so on. We talk about life in a mobile home or in a flat or whatever. Maybe the point or the problem of all these developments is the economic system. Isn't this the point?
Yeah, but at first we choose the politics, and the politics is a sort of a way of making the system, how the system works. So
But we are living in a democracy.
yeah, and there are not enough politic systems that choose the way of really freedom of the people. And for example, in Holland, we have a king, and 100, 200, 300 years ago, the king was the system. We have to pay the king the money for our ground, the houses, the taxes. And we have still the queen, the king, sorry, and now the politics is between the king and the people. But maybe 10 years it will be more the system of the people, I think.
Yeah,
Because
maybe
we are all awake at this moment. What's going on? The environment, the nature, the system of the economics, the big factories, and the power of money.
Yeah, but what kind of system, political system, could be the best for the future?
I think a new one.
But how it looks, the new one?
I think it's got no name at this moment.
But how it works? No name, okay. But how it works?
I think really with a sort of basic income, we born like a human. We have human rights, and I think a basic income is a sort of human right. And it's like to be a king. In Holland there is a king, and he has a basic income. It's a really big basic income.
Yeah, that's true.
And I think in the future we are all our own king with a human right with a basic income. I think something like that. And then we have a freedom and a social basic system that we can do what we want, and we can be good
That sounds fantastic, but how we can come to this kind of system?
I think this moment we will be awake of the whole system we are living now, and the people will stand up with the thinking, hey.
Yeah, people stand up and gets racism, gets anti-Semitism, gets new nationality, and so on. So they stand up in this kind of movement.
Yeah, but also I think the movement of self-power, and after the self-power they realized my power is also the power of somebody else. So we are equal, we are the same.
Something like respect.
Yeah. And I think it's very, of course, very slowly to accomplish this moment where we are talking about.
How many time you think?
Yeah, the curve of learning is very fast. In the way of we did it all by hand, then we have the factory, it's going quicker. So the curve is very going up also with technology, but also with our mind shift to use the technology on a good way, or and not to get power of the technology, but to make our world better. For example, the solar panels. It was a technique. It was very expensive to buy, and at this moment. Everybody,
it was very expensive.
And it's this moment everybody could pay it. So also the little systems of energy, you can have your own solar energy system on your house. Some cars, maybe about 5 years, are the electricity source of your house, because the engine and
I understand, but how many time do you think my question again?
Yeah,
about
okay.
10 years, 100
I hope.
years?
No.
5 years?
I think between 5 and 10 years
would be great.
Yeah.
Robert, I thank you for this talk. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
It would be great.
Yeah, it would be good. 10 years. Between 5 and 10.